what's the opportunity here? The opportunity is to become someone who achieves her goals and dreams and lives up to her potential. In this episode of the Unstoppable Woman podcast, we are going to be discussing goal setting, how to really achieve at the highest level. We're entering into the time of year where people are starting to assess how this past year went and start to vision and set goals for the next year. This is the perfect time for us to be talking about the link between the two. What you've done in the past, what you've done up until now, and what you want to set for yourself for the future, for next year, for 2021. And how to bust through the invisible limitations you're actually setting for yourself so that you can achieve more of what you desire in your life faster than you ever thought possible. Because there are invisible limitations. You must understand this in order to really work goal setting at the highest level, not just goal setting, but goal achievement at the highest level. Now let's talk about why speed is important. Why would you want to achieve your goals faster than you ever thought possible? Why not just take your time, cruise along, hope for the best? Won't I get there eventually? Shouldn't I just go with the flow? No, absolutely not. But this is the big lie. This is the big misconception that many people are under. I know I was under that misconception. Like, if I want to truly enjoy life, I just should go with the flow. I should just follow my bliss. And there is some truth to that, without a doubt. There's some truth to that. But you also need structure. You also need discipline. You also need accountability. You also need a goal that really means something to you, that you're committed to going after. And maybe it's even multiple goals. So if you want more in life, just going with the flow is not going to get you there. And this has everything to do with your cybernetic mechanism, your self-image, your identity, the subconscious programming. If you've been listening to this podcast, if you've been coming to the summits, if you've been working with me in any fashion, you understand that this all works together and you must break through in order to really be a high achiever in all aspects of your life. And we're under this misconception that shouldn't we just go with the flow and hope for the best? Well, that doesn't work. And we say things like, oh, we'll get to that later and it'll be just fine. This is the big lie, guys. This is the big lie. We'll get to that later. Later when the kids are more grown. Later when the kids are out of school. After I finish this course. After my parents have moved. After I get through the holidays. After this trip. Heck, after I empty the dishwasher or clean out the cupboard. After something that's a perfectly good reason for putting off your growth, your work that's involved in getting to the next level and achieving your goals occurs. You must put things in the right order. If you're not putting your goals first and foremost in your mind, and this is not saying that you can't help other people. This is not saying that you can't be there for your friends and family. This is not saying that you can't empty the dishwasher and have a clean house. But it is saying you must put things in the proper order. There's always a reason. And if you put that reason first, you won't get the results you want because we're wired to avoid pain. And guess what? There's always the potential for pain when we're growing our business, growing our career, growing our cash flow, growing our lives. Growth requires you to change. And there's always a risk of failure. Like, will I be able to do it? And guess what? You will make mistakes. I can 100% guarantee that. You will make mistakes. And if you're afraid of making mistakes, if you're afraid of disappointing yourself, of having people outside of you judge you, be critical of you, mock you even, throw you out of the tribe, reject you, you will always be living in that fear of potential pain, which makes emptying the dishwasher a much more enticing thing to focus on and do than the actions that are required for you to achieve your big goals, which by definition, you haven't done yet. You haven't mastered those kinds of actions. And this is going to require you to change, and this is going to require you to grow and move beyond what you're used to. And that is a potential for pain. Okay? So you have to recognize this pattern and hold yourself to a higher standard. Because as a result of our fear of pain, a fear of rejection, fear of making mistakes, all of this stuff that I just outlined, as a result of that, life gets in the way. But let's not be a victim about this. Life didn't do anything to you. Life didn't get in the way. You chose. You made choice after choice after choice to put other things first. Ask me how I know. Okay? This used to be me. I used to have this pattern. Everything else came before the big needle moving action. I thought I was getting work done. I thought I was moving in the right direction, but I was just actually busy. I wasn't actually doing what was required to achieve my goals. And this might be for you semi-conscious choices. This might be for you a total autopilot, unconscious choice kind of thing. But nonetheless, you're making choices. And this happens in various degrees, over weeks, over months, over years. And the weeks, the days, the hour, let's start with the hours, the minutes. This moment is going by. It will never happen again. What choice are you making? This moment, this day, this week, this month, this year, they go by. The decades go by. And often do, and you wake up wondering, where did my life go to? Where did I spend all that time? Why haven't I achieved what I really, truly want to achieve? I had such big dreams and aspirations, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Or you're succeeding stupendously in one area of your life or several areas of your life, but the rest of your life, it's not really going so great. Your business is great, but your relationships aren't so hot. You're not having great sex. You don't feel the intimacy and connection. You feel isolated and alone. You're not really connected to others, whether that's your life partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your kids, or friends. You don't have connections, true connections. You don't feel like you belong. People who really get you. You always feel like a fish out of water. Is that the result you want? Or you're great at the family life. You're great at the relationships, but your career, your health, your income, your spirituality, your contribution, your impact, one of those things isn't where you want it to be. Or everything is just good. Or maybe it's just mediocre, but not really great, not extraordinary. And you got to ask yourself, where did my extraordinary life go? It's good. It's even really good, but it's not great. This is a problem. It's a big problem. If you don't clean it up, regrets set in. You start becoming bitter and resentful if you regret how life is happening, what you've created. And there is a cascade of negative falling apart that happens. But worse yet, and listen up here, worse yet, you die with the music still in you. You die not having really given your best, putting it all out there, doing whatever you can to live up to your potential, what you're truly capable of. So this is a big problem. But here's the thing. Wherever there's a big problem, there's a big solution. The answer precedes the question. The solution precedes the problem. One of the things I often say to my clients is big problem, big opportunity. This is the law of polarity. The law of polarity says everything was created as a whole. There are no halves. There are no fractions in this universe. Everything was created as a whole. Everything is here and it's here now. You're just looking at one side, one pole of the whole. So if there's a big problem, the other side of the pole, the law of polarity here, the other side of it that makes it whole is the opportunity, the solution. But you have to change how you're looking at things so that you see the opportunity, so that you see the solution. This requires that you start holding yourself to a higher standard and taking quicker and quicker action, making faster decisions, and really setting bigger goals for yourself and staying accountable to them. So with that as the context, what's the opportunity here? The opportunity is to become someone who achieves her goals and dreams and lives up to her potential. Now, here's the thing. Understand that your potential is unlimited. The more you grow, the more you do, the more you expand, the more potential you can see for yourself. And this never ends, which is one of the most exciting and exhilarating things in the universe to experience. It's magical. It's like one of the most magnificent experiences a person can have is to see the next level and know the methodology for getting there and achieving it. It's so exciting. It's exhilarating. It's like the analogy that I want to give you. It's like driving a car. Let's call it a sexy sports car. Maybe it's a Porsche. Maybe it's a Mercedes coupe. Maybe it's a Bentley, whatever it is, right? You're driving this sports car in the dark on a windy road. Your headlights are beautiful, luxurious, high quality headlights, but they only show a certain distance in the future. Maybe it's 20, 30, 40 feet. As you drive forward, the headlights show you more of the road, but not beyond that point. Beyond that point, it's dark. You can't see what comes next until you go forward. It's the same thing with your potential. You can't see the extraordinary potential that you have, what you are capable of achieving in this one life that you have to live, until you move forward, until you accomplish these first level goals, and then the second level, and then the third and the fourth, and it keeps getting better and better. But you won't see your potential until you move forward, until you act, and it starts with one choice, one action at a time. The next question, with this as a context, is when would it be a good time for you to break through, for you to actually start learning how to achieve your goals at the highest possible level? When would be a good time for that? If you've been listening to this teaching carefully, you will be putting two things together. One, you have unlimited potential. We just went over that. There's always more for you. And it can be the most extraordinary, delightful ride, or it can be a struggle and awful. But I love to teach my clients how to, stay in the delight side of things, because that is where it's at. That's where the money's at. That's where the joy is at. That's where the impact's at. That's where the delight is at, by definition there. If you stay in the struggle, if you don't know how to step into the delight, again, law of polarity here, you'll never really enjoy this life and achieve your goals with that level of delight. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It is an easy and abundant universe. But it depends on you to make the choice to see it that way and act in accordance with that. So no matter where you're at now, there's always more for you. Are you going to keep growing and learning, becoming more? Are you going to keep saying yes to opportunities? Because you're either growing or you're dying. You never get there. You never get to the end until you take your last breath. Remember, unlimited potential. Yet the pain starts when you stop taking action towards your goals or setting bigger goals for yourself. The second you start limiting yourself, you start dying. You start going in the other direction. You're either growing or you're dying. Let's go for unlimited potential. Let's go after that. You have it. Let's experience it. The second thing you're putting together, if you're listening carefully, is that life can very easily pass you by. You can let that happen. It's a matter of your choices. But so many women have a very hard time choosing in favor of themselves. You must start choosing in favor of yourself now. Now is the time for the breakthrough, not later, not after, your kids are grown, not after dinner is made, not after your oil is changed in your car, not after you finish that certificate program, not after you do X, Y, or Z. The decision needs to be made now. The breakthrough needs to happen now. Now is the time for your breakthrough. And you must make different choices now and take different actions now. Are you getting the sense that it happens in the now? The point of inflection is now. You're always choosing. What are you going to choose in favor of? The opportunity, the breakthrough, the new action, the quick decision? Or are you going to choose in favor of status quo? Status quo is a form of death. Don't do it. This is one of the things that I'm super excited about sharing with you. We're going to be covering all of this in our 2021 goal setting workshop that we're holding on December 3rd. This is a 90-minute free workshop. Did you hear that? Free workshop that I'm holding for the women in my community, in our community, those that listen to the podcast regularly. That's you. Those that get our newsletter. Hopefully you're signed up for that. We share so much good stuff in our newsletter. You can just, opt in on our website. Just, get that. Run, don't walk kind of thing. And those who follow us on social media and engage with us there, we want you to be successful. So we've put together this incredible workshop for you. It's 90 minutes. It's interactive. It's December 3rd at 2 p.m. Eastern. And you can go to the unstoppablewoman.com/goals to register. That's theunstoppablewoman.com/goals to register. And I'm going to be taking you through a process to help you get clarity on your vision and your goals so that you can achieve them faster than you ever thought possible. Have that breakthrough and have that breakthrough now. But the first thing we need to do is to take an honest, transparent assessment of where you're at in relationship to the results that you want. Not my results, not Susie's results, not Jamie's results, but your results. Now, this honest assessment, this looking at your current results, this does not work if you lie to yourself. Kind of obvious, right? And yet so many of us, and again, I'm raising my hand to this, in the past, I would not want to look at not getting the results I want because it was so painful that I would say that the results that I was getting were good enough, that I was actually excelling beyond where I really was, that I was like, that what I had done was enough, but it was total status quo. It was getting the kinds of results that I'd always gotten, which were good, but they weren't extraordinary. And this looks like lies. This looks like alibis. Like, a big one for people this year, and this might be an ouch for you. So, brace yourself. I didn't do so well because of COVID. My business wasn't as successful because of COVID. Or I didn't do so well because my kids got sick, or my parents did this, or I got a divorce, or, I had trouble staffing this year, or, the industry that I'm in is going through X, Y, and Z changes. These are the kinds of alibis that we create for ourselves that do not serve our highest and best potential. And you have to get really honest with yourself. It's not that you won't make these kinds of excuses, okay? But you need to get honest with yourself. Oh, that's an alibi. Oh, look at that. I'm making that an excuse. And then without the guilt and shame, you need to clean that up. This is not about guilt and shame. Guilt says you did something wrong. Shame says you are wrong. Instead, what if you just acknowledged, I'm making an excuse here without the guilt, without the shame, and I'm going to no longer do that, which requires that you take different actions. And yet, if you are controlled by your self-image, your old identity, your old programming, your old beliefs, you won't see the new actions that you need to take. You won't act on this new information. And this keeps you stuck. This keeps you stuck. So it's with honest awareness that you must evaluate where you're at. I'm constantly doing this. I know what result I want. Some people don't know what results they want. That's one of the things that we're going to do in the goal setting workshop. Like what's your big vision? What's your big juicy desire? And what are the goals that you need to create for yourself to achieve that? Okay? Those are the results that you want. I want these results, but I'm experiencing this other thing over here. Where have I taken my eye off the ball? Because I'm 100% personally responsible for my results, my outcomes. And when I see this, when I do investigate it, and I do this regularly, then I course correct and I stay on track because I do that. I do it quickly and without belaboring it, without guilt or shame. But you can't do this if you don't get honest with yourself about what you truly want and what's happening right now for you. Now's the time. Now's the time to evaluate your 2020 experience. It's nearing the end of November. You've got a little bit more than a month and a half left in the year. Maybe just a month. Where are you at? Do you even know? Did you even set goals for 2020? If you did, booyah, great. Did you keep them present for yourself throughout the year? Or did you lose sight of them after the third week or the third month? Did you get distracted? Did you shrink or change your goal when you didn't get that instant satisfaction? Or if things weren't going right or going your way, did you put them out of sight, out of mind because it was too painful to look at them? This happens for so many people. They don't stay accountable to themselves and their goals. Now, there's an art and a science to this, and you must master it to have your extraordinary life, including but not limited to your extraordinary income, your cash flow, your revenue generation. Yet we're wired to stay the same, to avoid potential pain. So your subconscious will allow you to set goals, but not keep them. That placates you temporarily. Oh, look, I've done the goal setting, all good. But then what about execution? What about staying on track? What about staying committed? What about staying accountable? You must learn how to do that. Your subconscious, which wants to keep you at the same level as you've always been at, because if you change, if you do something outside of the norm, if you go beyond your identity and your self-image and what it knows that you're capable of doing, it thinks that you might die. It's very black and white. Anything you haven't experienced yet might kill you. And its one job is to keep you alive. So it wants to keep you at the same level. You're wired to stay at the same level. And yet, in order to have your extraordinary life, you have to do something different. You have to step into more. You must know how to you must know how to set your goals and set goals that are aligned with your vision, that get you out of bed in the morning, that are worth failing for. You must learn how not to be afraid of those big, audacious goals, but to claim them. Then you must learn how to be accountable to yourself and to your goals. This requires changing your subconscious programming and your self-image. This drives and determines your results. Period. Full stop. If you're programmed to get X level results, you'll get X level results. There's no other way. This is 100% certain. If you're programmed to get X level results, you'll get X level results. That's the law. That's the way it works. And this keeps you trapped. This is such a struggle for driven people. You're driven, but you're putting your drive, what this looks like is you're driven, but you're putting your drive toward the busy work, the urgent but not important, the things that give you temporary satisfaction, that allow you to feel that like success hit, that dopamine hit of checking something off the list. But it's not the actual needle moving action that you need to take. That needle moving action is going to require you to do something that is way different than what you've already done, already conquered, experienced. If you want to move the needle in your life, you must set needle moving goals and take needle moving actions. This requires you to grow and change who you see yourself as. That's the self-image, your self-identity, and it requires you to reprogram your subconscious. Absolutely required. So as I see it, you have 3 options right now. You can listen to this podcast, learn some key concepts from it. There's a lot in here. I suggest you listen to it again and call it a day. Do nothing more with it than that, and yet think that you've done something for yourself. And sure enough, you've done something for yourself, but it's the base level that you could do for yourself, even if you listen to this twice. The second option that you have is to take this material and back engineer what I'm sharing and try to DIY the change for yourself. I'm all for this. Go for it. Do it. You must take action. You must take action on these things. You must be personally responsible for your change. And you can DIY this. Might take you a while, but you can DIY this. You can. The third option is be 100% personally responsible for your results. Take your own action, right? Like it's not without doing the work yourself. You must own it. But also fast track your results by learning exactly how to master visioning, goal setting, accountability, and goal achieving. How to become one of the few, truly few high achievers. If you fall in this third category and you don't want to let one more day go by that you don't execute at the highest level, which is a cause for regret because this is your one life, man, okay? Then please, 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 please join us for the 90-minute workshop on December 3rd. I am going to be taking you through a visioning process for your 2021 year, your whole year, that will allow you to slay like you've never slayed before in 2021. This is about achieving at the next level. So don't make excuses. Don't say later, that another time, I don't have time for that. Whatever your excuse is. That's an excuse that keeps you playing small and self-sabotaging. Whatever the "but I can't because" says. This is your one life. You've got to choose constantly in favor of creating exactly what you want. Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. Hold yourself to a higher standard. This is so important. So if you want to join us, the link is in the show notes. You can go to theunstoppablewoman.com/goals. This is a live interactive workshop. You're going to want to be on it live and not just sign up and get the replay, listen to the replay that, quite frankly, you can blow off, right? This is like setting a goal but not executing on it. Your subconscious is like totally fine with you setting the goal but not executing on it. It's going to distract you from the execution part. That's one of the things that happens for people when they sign up for something, say, I'm going to listen to the replay, and then blow that off, okay? Their subconscious let them think that they were making a shift, think that they were doing something different, when in reality, it was just placating, allowing you to stay at the same level, play at the same level, because it's going to distract you from listening to the recording, okay? Or it's going to allow you to hide. Maybe you listen to that recording, but you hide because you're not there to ask questions. You're not getting the energy. You're not really being called to the next level, okay? So, nope. Now's the time to change that. So claim your one life. This is it, guys. Okay, come live, come to the interactive workshop. You'll not only be able to get your questions answered, get individual spot coaching, but there will be bonus content that's only available to those who join live, not in the recording. People who just get the replay don't get this bonus content. And trust me, you're going to want that. So again, it's December 3rd, 2 p.m. Register at theunstoppablewoman.com/goals. The link will also be in the show notes. And we're going to be covering the way goal achievement actually works so you can actually achieve your goals and dreams, not just set them, not just wish for them, but actually achieve them. Just imagine what would open up for you, how your life would be so immensely better if you truly understood this process, this methodology, because it is a methodology, and executed on it. What do you truly know about the way goal achievement works right now? What do you know about how to stay accountable to your goals and your dreams? You might know some things, But do your results show that you are achieving in all aspects of your life at the highest level? This is your opportunity to do a deep dive into that. And if you're a growth-minded individual who's ready to take it to the next level, I hope to see you at the workshop. I want to see your face. I want to interact with you. Okay? I hope to see you there. Don't miss out on this. I can't wait to see you there, in fact. And with that, this is a wrap for today's episode. Go slay, go be unstoppable, never stop learning, growing, and going after your big goals. You've got this, but you've got to take it to the next level. Never stop growing, never stop learning. Come to the workshop and I'll see you there. I'm Amira Alvarez. Thanks for listening and take care. Hey there, my friend. Do you resonate with what you just heard? Then head over to our free resource page and get more of our good stuff, including our free Unstoppable Woman Playbook and Money Breakthrough System. You'll find that and more at theunstoppablewoman.com/free stuff. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.